All right, so here's a law of attraction, follow your inspiration kind of thing. Like if you have an inspired thought, follow it, because you don't know what it's leading to. You really don't. So if it's nothing you need to question, like why would I do that right now? Or why would I not do that right now? Or like, why do I feel like getting off this exit? Or why do I feel like having a meal at this restaurant instead of where I usually go, kind of thing. When you have those kind of inspirations to do something kind of out of the ordinary, or do something that you wouldn't otherwise have done, try for maybe, I don't want to say for once because I don't know you, but try to not question what the inspiration was about. Like, why was I guided to eat at this restaurant today when I was really looking forward to going to this one, but for whatever reason I was just drawn to this one? Like, instead of doubting that there is a reason for it, maybe just surrender to the fact that there could be a reason for it. Okay, so here's my example this morning. Okay, my example this morning is I have never, not once, ever made my lunch before my shower. Have never done that. Never been inspired to do that. Never thought to do it. Always thought like, well, I don't want my sandwich sitting on the ice for even a half hour longer than it should, because it'll get soggy. Like, I think like that is my reason behind not making my lunch until the very last minute. Okay? This morning, for whatever reason, I was just told, I felt like I was just like, I don't want to say there was like a force field to stop me from leaving the kitchen, but there was a reason to not leave the kitchen. I don't know, I just didn't feel any energy drawing me anywhere else, or I didn't feel any energy pushing me to go do anything else that I would normally do. I really felt kind of grounded in the kitchen. So I'm like, all right, I'll make my lunch now. In the middle of making my lunch, which would have been easily the middle of my shower, power goes out. And it flicked back on for a second and then went back out. And it stayed out. Stayed out long enough for me to go out on my porch and try to determine what other buildings, as far as other houses, am I connected to. So like at my old farm, when my power went out, I would go out and check my neighbor on the corner. And that was the only house I was connected to. The house to the right of me must have been on a different power line or something, because their power did not go out when my power went out. So I would always check to see if the corner house was out of power as well. Otherwise, I would then know it's personal to this particular building. So this morning I went out and I'm like, I don't know if my neighbors are connected to me on a power line or not, but that's the only one I can see. I did not see their barn light on, which is usually something that gets in the way of really good pictures for me, because their barn light gets in the way of taking good pictures. Anyway, so I didn't see their barn light on, and I'm like, okay, so we're all connected. We all have lost our power. That's good. Now here's my thing. I have never made my lunch before my shower. I have never been inspired to make my lunch before my shower. There was nothing pulling me out of the kitchen. To say I felt grounded, I felt like I had arrived. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, like when you get to the office or you get to your classroom at school and you just kind of know you're there. Like, you're there for the duration. It's that kind of like no draw out the door, no feeling of leaving this room. You know what I mean? So there was somehow, some way, there was a very like, you are here for a while feeling. You're going to be here for a while, kind of feeling. To where, all right, well, since that's the case, I might as well make my lunch now. That is how I felt when I made the decision to make my lunch. Something I have never done before my shower. And had I taken my shower when I normally would have taken my shower, I would have had it interrupted by a power outage. So sometimes it's cool to realize, like, wow, that could have been the reason I was inspired to make my lunch just now, because that was going to happen. I don't know. I like to believe stuff like that. I don't know if you're the type of person that likes to believe stuff like that, but that's why I have this page, is so that when things like that happen, we can talk about things like that and maybe take a little of the mystery of coincidence out of it and think maybe we're being guided all the time to things that, if we just listen to our guidance and then notice what our guidance was guiding us towards or around, life could be actually very interesting.